We're live. Sam and Michael in the Kent Beck Scrum. Michael, anything to share with the our massive Scrum viewing base of audiencey thing people?
Um, no. My friend is debating me about the ethics of online courses.
The ethics of online courses. Interesting.
Yeah.
I will ask for more detail after giving my summary, which is that today I did the local sport client meeting, and yes, I did various bits of cleanup. Yeah, I guess no earth-shattering news there. Getting help from Rachel about setting up charity things, getting a bank account sorted out. Still had a commission on the second round of, will you let us be a charity? So kind of holding pattern there. But we've got the local sport project itself. We've got, it's quite active. The various developers chatting in the channel, and I almost speculate that having the many of them premium members, that kind of increases their level of engagement in the whole thing. But anyway, so that was the morning. Then I've been doing admin. I saw Thomas in the morning hangout trying to. Croft Academy's graduating a group of developers, and trying to. They've got this Agile Ventures Premium package bundled, and trying to make sure that they get all the support that they're due. And then we jumped into the Website One kickoff meeting. We reviewed the in progress. We didn't move anything new into the in progress column. No one seems significantly blocked by anything, I guess, apart from you and I, Michael, on the Agile bot. At least there's some question marks over can we deploy all the new code and have it working reliably on Heroku. But we did manage to bash a few things out of the backlog, vote on about 4 or 5 stories, and that's all good to do. I mean, I guess at this rate, probably in about a year and a half, we'll get down to a manageable backlog.
So can you
go on?
Can you explain to me the Agile bot issue?
Yeah, I can. Sure. So basically, I was trying to deploy I deployed the latest code to staging. I was going to get set up for this test through the Website One staging server. That was giving me problems in itself. I kind of sidestepped that here by setting up to just like ping a random instance from the Slack service. I was getting some, it definitely works at least once, but things were not necessarily going to the places that I expected. And so then I was like, okay, I thought I'll go and look at the Agile bot logs, and they looked like this, and it was just spinning and repeatedly dumping what seems like, I couldn't find it's like, so there's like so much stuff. It just seems to be like, from looking at it, it looks like this is the data that I would get back from doing a request to say, give me a list of all the users on Slack. And it seems to be dumping that over and over, like on Agile Venture Slack, and it seems to be dumping that over and over again. And I ran out of time yesterday, and I basically said, look, okay, I'm going to scale the dynos back down to 0 and just leave it. And so I haven't really investigated it. That was just the state that it was in.
And that's in the logs.
Yeah. So I mean, if we go here, if you were to do this, it's now, I'm not doing it because I scaled the dynos down to nothing, but you can, there's not obviously an error that I could immediately see. The output is, what it's dumping there is so voluminous. I spent, 10 minutes trying to scroll through it to find some entry point of like, you know, this was the request that came in that caused this thing to be made. I was looking at production. I think that's what this is, and this is the, you know, steady state of the production system, telling us about the Redis cache at some frequency, and but the here we go. Yeah, this is the staging log. You know, going back as far as we can see on staging, it's just in the middle of this dump of, as far as I can see, like all of our users.
Okay.
So we could start it back up again and push different things to it and this and the other. I mean, I think it might be sensible to test it running locally and or test pushing it to a new Heroku instance. Yeah. I mean, feel free to push it to staging and play around with staging. I mean, the dynos would need to be scaled back up. You're not set up for that.
Yeah, I don't have my local.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's. I mean, the things that if I just do. That's all of the things there for payroll. Anyway, so yeah, something to maybe look at next week, Michael, or whatever. Did you say you've got to go right now and you're gone?
No.
Okay. So anyway, that's.
I said I gotta look in Heroku to get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It may be easier to sort of create a new instance, or do you have the keys for that or whatever? Anyway, you can always ping me if you need stuff. Raoul is here. Hey, Raoul, how are you doing? Raoul, use.
I can find my muted mic. There you go.
Yes. Yes. How are things?
I'm alright. Just tired. Long week. Glad it's almost over now. So. Yeah.
Getting there. Getting there.
Yeah. So nothing much to report. Just been busy today working with the Craft Academy students on some various stuff. Rails. They're doing Rails this week, so we're going over
Rails,
a few things there.
Yeah.
So yeah. Besides that,
go on.
Yeah. Besides that, I just had a meeting with you, and yeah. That's about it for my day. I'm gonna try and finish up that issue that I started working on about the coverage this weekend. And,
Great.
Yeah.
Coolio. So, and I was going to say, yeah, the juniors, do they have like a project week next week?
Yes, they do.
Okay, all right, I'm good. Yeah, I was just saying to Michael, I've reached out to all of the graduating seniors, and I'm like helping them with their cover lists, and hoping to get them set up with proper access to all the premium things. What I realized I didn't do for the last round is I didn't add those students to the premium, the professional development channel. Go on, Michael.
I said I have that set up. So that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in principle, you can access the staging server.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. So, yes, hoping to strengthen the ties between Craft Academy and Adventures. And so, of this graduating cohort, the Lara she's based in South Africa.
She's the one
with you.
from
Is that
South
right?
Africa. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Excellent. Yeah.
So I will have to reach out to you to make arrangement and stuff for her.
Good show. All good. All good. Okay. Well, always so good to see you dropping into the meeting. I've been as a final thing. I've been kind of anxious this week, partly by my son starting high school, and I think also kind of concerned about how much funds we can bring in. I haven't had a nice discussion with this this guy who's a Makers Academy graduate who is talking about potentially signing up for Premium Plus. Of course, there can be. I mean, I think this is a challenge, isn't it? There can be so much talk, and yet that doesn't lead necessarily to people actually paying for things. The kind of thing I'm going for is, if I can get people signed up for Premium Plus, I guess I would be. People want to pair at the weekends, and people who are working, they want to pair at the weekends and the evenings. And I guess if people are willing to pay for the Premium Plus stuff, then I will, make time there in my family thing to push it all forward. It would be great to get in some charity contracts. That can make a big difference. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of torn between the administrative stuff, of which seems to be a lot to do, and trying to keep blogging and pushing out stuff about what's going on, and then actually spending time coding. Michael has more time to pair than I do, and I guess if we'd been doing a retrospective in the website one, we might have talked about how that's some of the challenges arising from that. Yeah, Michael, will you be in the beta starters meeting?
Yes.
Indeed. Yeah. I guess we may have an easier start to the next week, because probably we'll need to do some things on Project Scope. But we shall see. Okay.
So when is the beta task coming up? In 2 minutes, or?
In 2 minutes. Yeah.
So, all right.
Maybe see there.
Be there, or do we know?
Fingers crossed. I mean, he says he's going to try and make it. I think that's one of the things. There are various things I need to check with him, and that's also what makes me anxious. So I'm hoping that he'll be there, and we can get those things resolved, and I will be less anxious. But I have to also accept he may not, and sometimes things just take a long time to resolve. So, Raoul, have a fantastic weekend, and I'll chat to you on Monday.
Yep, you too, guys. Good
Bye for now. Bye to our viewer as well. Viewer, bye. Bye, viewer.